What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. I want to talk to you guys tonight about something that has really been brought to my attention lately, and ever since I came out and started talking about stims and what caffeine does to the heart long term. We're going to get into some actual scientific data very soon, talking about caffeine dosage dependent directly in relation to cortisol levels. And it is a proven fact that higher caffeine amounts, meaning more than like 90 milligrams, raises cortisol faster and to a larger degree and for longer. We're going to get to all that stuff later on. But I wanted to just kind of talk about, because the stims thing came out, I got so many people actually contacting me, and even more people, get this, even just walking around in the gym. People have stopped me in my own gym. People I didn't even know watch the channel and say, listen, I saw a thing about stims. You're right. I've been on so much caffeine. I'm trying to get off, etc., etc. Based on the stims, it has kind of taken on a whole new other thing. I'm not totally... I don't want to say I'm against stims, all right? I don't want to say that. I want to say that just people should be educated. If you're going to use the stims, you should know exactly what they're doing to your body, etc., etc. Now, once you have the information, you can do what you please. If you decide you want to take them, cool, but at least you knew the truth and got the right information. That you said, hey, this may give me a heart attack at 45. I'm going to do it anyways, okay? Because that's what I do with a lot of things. I say, hey, this pizza is full of all kinds of crap, and it may make me fatter, but you know what? I'm going to eat it, and if I get fatter and get sick, I don't care because I'm eating the pizza. Just be aware of what you're doing. Many of the supplements nowadays, a catchphrase that's being thrown around is clinical dosing, okay? Clinical dosing. Our product, all of the ingredients are clinically dosed, right? And I'm sitting there looking at it, and some of these things have multiple stimulants in it. Here's what the dangerous part is, and this is what really upsets me. It's the stim product specifically. Back in the day, we used to have this product called Dimethadrine 25. It was the first ephedrine that I know of that was out. It was ephedrine hydrochloride. And ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin wasn't even a thing back then yet. It was just starting to kind of be known that this is a combination, but the dimethadrine was out first. Now, before your workout, you would take 2 dimethadrine, which was 50 milligrams of ephedrine. Now, 50 milligrams of ephedrine was like a standard dose that people take before their workouts, right? It's an asthma medication. Take 25 milligrams every 4 to 6 hours, not to exceed 4 tablets in 24 hours, whatever. 50 milligrams, that was the dosage. Once the caffeine, aspirin, and ephedrine stacks started coming around, back then, okay, even this is way back then, the people that were involved with, and it wasn't even like produced, like you'd have to buy the caffeine, buy the ephedrine, and mix it together. Like they weren't producing them yet when we were taking these. And the individuals told us, hey, if you're going to take the caffeine and ephedrine together, don't take 50 milligrams of ephedrine, take 25 milligrams and add the 200 milligrams of caffeine. They knew enough back then to tell us to adjust the dosing based on the fact that we were going to have 2 stims in our body, both going after our central nervous system in different ways. So the possibility of having some kind of side effect, or even worse, having something like a heart attack, which would still be a side effect, could happen if you're dosing these things in the higher dosages. 200 milligrams was like a standard dose of caffeine. 50 milligrams was a standard dose of ephedrine. When you're combining them together, it was 300 milligrams was a standard dose of caffeine before your workout. Back then, they had these tablets that were 300 milligrams. If you're going to use them together, you would drop it to 200 milligrams of caffeine and 25 milligrams of ephedrine, mix those together. Add the aspirin, it potentates both of them. You still have to be careful with that. Nowadays, what they do is they go, here's caffeine. And they put like 400 milligrams, which is a big fucking dose. On its own, 400 milligrams is a lot. Then they add stuff like Yohimbe, throw Yohimbe in there. At the Yohimbe's actual clinical dosing, which, I don't know if you've ever taken Yohimbe, but you combine Yohimbe and caffeine in those large amounts, you have a double stim effect to the body. And some products contain 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of stimulants, all clinically dosed. And these people, they actually think they're doing something good by giving you the clinical dosing. Here's the problem. None of these companies that are selling you the products have ever dosed these things together and done a study to make sure that they're safe. Ever. None of these people in these companies even probably realize that the dosages that they have in the studies that are clinical dosing are that individual ingredient by itself, not mixed with the other things in that fucking product, and possibly not even mixed with anything at all, just that. Like they don't even do exercise with it, or they don't even do, carbohydrate restriction or manipulation of electrolytes, all the shit that we do. They don't do any of that. They just take the product and it's like a regular person that's taking it. Nothing remotely that we could apply to what we're doing. But now these companies have multiple stims, clinical dosing. What do you think is going to happen when these stims hit your body from different pathways, creating the same problem for your central nervous system? Shit, you got adrenal fatigue, which people don't even know what the fuck is happening. Cortisol levels, which is going to keep you from absolutely building the fucking muscle you're trying to build. On top of it, you are absolutely stressing out your heart. Your heart is a muscle. Just like cocaine, just like methamphetamine, just like any of those stims that you're going to take, crack, all that shit. What do you think these high stims and combinations are doing to your heart? Jack 3D was pulled off the market because someone overdosed on it. And people all pointed out, oh, he's stupid, he took too much. Too much of what? You guys act like he drank the whole container. Whatever dose he took was enough to give him a fucking heart attack. There are other people that have had heart problems that haven't said a fucking word because they didn't even know that the stimulants were fucking their heart up. Matter of fact, I had one person when I was working at GNC, it was very memorable. They bought this fat, I know the name of the company, I don't want to put it out there because whatever. Because it wasn't the company's fault, plain and simple. But they had 4 capsules inside the sample serving, and we were giving them out for GNC. And each capsule had 200 milligrams of caffeine. So it was 2, 4, 6, 800 milligrams of caffeine, plus other stims in those fat burners. And when you read the package, it said take 1 capsule, 200 milligrams, right? So people are like, oh, okay, the package is 200 milligrams. And pop all 4 of those motherfuckers. Next thing you know, this lady comes in and she was like, my husband's in the hospital. He took your product. The product put his blood pressure through the roof. His heart rate was at almost 200 at rest, which is 220, you're dead. I mean, at 200, you're close to a heart attack right there. I mean, you can get an aneurysm, tearing, you're going to have a stroke. There's so much shit that could happen in that circumstance because there were so many fucking stims in that. Now, you would think that this guy took a poison, or he took fucking too much cocaine, or he fucking banged himself up on meth. You would think he took something so crazy illegal, he took those supplements. So you may not get that effect right away from your heart because you didn't take the entire dosage at once, but that shit builds up over time. It's the same effect on your heart. When you're pushing caffeine, and they consider levels of caffeine per day higher than 200 milligrams. That's in some of these studies. Some of them say 400, some of them say 200. But I know people that take that 2 or 3 times a day, not including, that's from their free workouts. They're not even including the energy drinks they drink throughout the day. And then they have no idea why they're so fucking high strung. They have problems with tiredness. Well, because you're going up and down. You stimulate yourself out of your skull. And then when they finally go to bed, they can't sleep. Their body's overactive. Their central nervous system's having a hard time shutting down so they can go to sleep. And I'm looking at this going, none of these companies for 1 second think, shit, we dosed a lot of stuff in that. Each one of these was studied by themselves. What happens when you stack them? Let me see if that's out there. They look, oh, it's not out there. I don't know. Well, I guess it's fine then. It hasn't been studied. Doesn't mean it's fine. But you guys are putting it on the fucking market and handing it to people going, no problem. Don't worry about it. This is fucking with people's hearts. If you don't think it is, you are in fucking denial. Plain and simple. And you know what? I understand because I was in denial. Why was I in denial? Because I didn't know the fucking shit I'm telling you right now. Matter of fact, my wife, who is a fucking CVR nurse, cardiovascular operating room, registered nurse, first assistant. She does open heart surgeries with the surgeons. She's the one that'll put her hand inside of your chest, hold your heart up so the surgeon can fucking do what he does to it. She's the one standing there fucking holding your heart. She has seen hearts after hearts after hearts, and there are histories that come in. So before you actually get operated on, your history, the high caffeine levels, and there is absolutely, because now you're talking about people like the surgeons, the other people who actually understand the different studies that have been done in data. And on top of that, they know things from practical application from other surgeons all over the country that they talk about, and they say it hasn't been studied yet, but look, they get together and do their own comparisons. These are fucking surgeons. These are some of the best surgeons in the fucking entire country for what they do. Actually, these heart surgeons, they are the best. They fly people in, they fly actors and politicians and everybody over here to have their fucking hearts worked on because they're one of the best in the whole fucking country. And they are the ones saying this is what happens long term. Yes, steroids, high testosterone levels, those will fuck your heart up long term. It causes heart disease. You're not going to see it now. You're not going to see it at 30, but at fucking 45, 50, that's going to cause it. Doesn't matter fucking what you think. That's a fact. These stims, high caffeine, these doctors don't even know what the fuck DMAA is, but they know from what they see from cocaine, caffeine, other energy drinks and stuff that they cause issues with your heart. Otherwise healthy individuals. How fucked up is that? It's not like they had heart problems to begin with. They were fine until they started pushing the stims for a long enough period of time. And we're about, I say 4 years deep right now into this shit, guys. All right, it's only been about 4 years that they've been pumping extreme amounts of stims and coming out with higher and higher stim products. 4 years. And they're hitting the pinnacle now. There's some shit out there that it is borderline, it's a fucking drug. It works like a drug. I don't even fuck with it. It's speed. It's legal speed is what it is. And 4 years into this, you guys wait. About 8 years, about 4 more fucking years of pushing these stims, you're going to see so many more health problems with people that may not realize it because I have a heart problem, I have this problem, whatever, not even thinking it's a supplement that's legal that you bought that is just a vitamin supplement, because a lot of people think pre-workouts are just vitamin supplements, right? They help you attain your goals by just giving you a little boost in the gym, and they're not even thinking about all the shit that's actually happening to their body while they're on this shit. And they're on top of it, they're pushing their body, they're pushing their heart while they're training. And many of these kids, maybe these people are not doing cardio for their heart to keep it healthy. They just care about gaining weight. So they're in there fucking eating tons of food, fucking themselves up by getting too fat, on top of pushing the fucking stims because they're too lazy, because they feel sluggish from all the food. Like, you guys don't even understand the blood pressure, the heart. Like, I'm sitting back going, why didn't I ever fucking realize this? Because I didn't care. I was in denial. I was the young kid who was indestructible. I didn't give a shit. As long as my arms get bigger, I didn't care about my heart. I was told I had an enlarged heart at about 24 years old when I was in the hospital with pneumonia. And I went, okay, I left there and fucking just booted up growth hormone when I got home. Like, I didn't fucking care. And I'm like, now at 43, I'm at the age where your body starts to break down. You start realizing, like, maybe some of the things I did I shouldn't have done. You know what I mean? Maybe I could have extended my life, because when you start running out of time, I'm telling you guys from the heart right now, this is literally from the heart, because you don't make shit on this fucking YouTube channel, okay? So from the heart, from me to you, when you start running out of time in the end, I'm not dying, but 43, 44, 45, 46, and some of my clients are older, 55, 56, 57, you start realizing, like, the majority of your life is in the past. Like, you have this little clip that's coming up forward, and you don't know how much that's been shortened by the shit that you do. If you were, good to go your whole life and you lived to be 80, you fucked around with the opiates, you fucked around with the stims, you fucked around with the growth hormone, you just took 10 years, 15, 16 years off your fucking life. Trust me, when you get closer to that 16 years, you want that back. So if you can do anything now to extend that thing, to make sure you're not shortening your life, trust me, fucking do it. All right? You may have been listening to me now, but I'm putting that fucking seed in your head. So in a few years, you're going to sit back and be like, fuck, I should or shouldn't have done this. But guys, please be aware. The companies making these fucking products have no idea what the effects are. They have no idea what they may know what it takes for a month, what it does to you for a month, because you'll run out in a month and you probably fucking need another batch, but they have no idea long-term what these fucking things are going to do to you. The FDA has never approved the combination of the things that they're putting in there. If you went to the FDA and said, here's all these fucking stems, here's all these things, we put it in one fucking product and they're all going to fucking be clinically dosed, the FDA would be like, back the fuck up. Like, you can't take fucking maximum dosage of shit and shove 10 of them in a fucking product that all stimulate your heart. It's not like testosterone doing blends and esters and shit. They all stimulate your heart. Your heart can only take so fucking much. Kills me, guys. Fucking kills me when I look at this shit. And finally, I think I'm mature enough and I'm kind of past the ego thing, and I'm looking at it going, fuck, like, I like being in shape. I like training still. I like doing what I do. But at what cost now? I guess that's a question to ask yourself, guys. BodyShapeTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.bodyshaping.com is a blog. It's the Think About It bicep, and we are